What's going on, YouTube? It's the Exile coming at you with another commentary. This week I'm bringing you a gameplay of Domination 75 and 15. Yeah, I joined this one a little late. Maybe I could have got a couple more kills in there if I was there on time. I could have got a better start, actually. But that's what always matters to me, is the perfect start. Anyways, this gameplay is about like 9 minutes long. It's the first 9 minute long commentary that I'm going to do. But the reason being is because I have a real serious topic to talk about today. Now, I seen recently on the Twitter, or the Twitter, as most of you like to refer to it. I call it the Twitter because it's really lame. Anyways, I seen that on the Twitter that I seen a beef between pro players and commentators, YouTube commentators. Now, the pro players had said that the commentators don't really deserve the fan base that they get because that they take forever to get their gameplays, or they work hard to get their gameplays, or that that the pro players deserve more of a fan base for as good as they are, that they say they're better or they work harder. But I say it's equally the same. Personally, being, I tried to get in the pro circuit once, so I tried to be a pro player. I did the competitive scene for a while, I'm not gonna lie. I still want to get into it. I really like it. I mean, that's what I like to do, is be a competitive player. That's why I do these commentators, obviously. Look, I mean, these gameplays just don't happen because I sit in the fucking lobby for hours and hours and at end. I mean, yeah, I'll sit in there for 2 hours playing games. I mean, I get like 5 videos. That's what I do. I only play once a week now. I don't even have time to be playing all that often. But the thing is that, you shouldn't really dislike another player just because they have more views than you on YouTube than you do. Even though you guys, I mean, you see yourself a pro player, that you're working hard, but the YouTuber's working hard too. He has to sit there and get his gameplay. And he has to come up with an idea to talk over it. Just because you're a dominant player and you beat everybody doesn't mean people should watch your videos all the time. Like, you have your fan base for the competitive scene, but the competitive scene's only like maybe 10% of the entire Call of Duty community. The Call of Duty community is vast and very different. I mean, there's competitive sniping, competitive regular gun game, search and destroy people, people who play capture the flag only. You got your sniping montagers, they get their part of the community. You got your commentators, they got the people like to watch them. Not even a lot of people go just to watch the gameplay. A lot of people just go to listen to the commentator because the commentator is really good at what they say. Now, the pro player, I mean, he will put up some dope gameplays. I'm not gonna lie, I've seen some tight shit where they're 4-1, they'll clutch a search and destroy. Like, that's fucking amazing. That's no joke. That's what they do. I mean, that they train hard to do that. They play out hours on end to get that good, and they play other people that good. So it is really nice to see things like that because people are going at it. But at the same time, the YouTuber, he'll go like 50-1, and it's not really like the same thing getting someone in a spawn trap. I could see how the pro player doesn't really like how that is, because they see that they're just in a spot camping. Well, not camping, just holding it down in one spot, getting kills over and over and over, going 50-1. Now I got a gameplay where I go like 42-1 with the Moab. But I mean, I'm really running around this and that, but still, I mean, I try to hide every now and then when someone's coming at me. I mean, that's, you're trying to get a gameplay. That's what you're trying to accomplish, to make it as best as can. And this one, I'm just running around killing people, whatever. Going back and forth. Getting down. I mean, even dying a lot. So 75. In fact, die 15 times. That's still a good enough gameplay. But the pro players see it as, it's not competitive, it's like one-sided, and it's not worth watching. But a lot of people that watch these commentators watch it because they want to listen to the commentator, what he has to say about things. So yeah, that's all they really want to see. But, you know, I see it as the pro player is really working hard to get better. I mean, he spends more of his time trying to get better at the game. As the competitive player, or I mean, as the commentator, he spends more of his time um, editing videos, coming up with ideas for commentaries. where it's a lot harder to be more of a creative mind. As for the pro player, he's one-sided and only working on his gameplays. I mean, both very difficult to do, very difficult to get better than your opposing player that is as well skilled as you are. That's what a pro player does. You're trying to beat him. You're trying to outthink him. That's very creative as well. You're trying to outthink what he's gonna do or what he's attempting to do to try to come at you or where he's gonna be. You have to anticipate things that most people wouldn't anticipate. So there's a lot of stress of being a pro player. That's why you set up things, with your teammates. You have teammates, but the teammates help you out as well when you're a pro player. As for a commentator, he's all alone. He has to come up with stuff on his own. He has to think of, ideas, what to say, how to talk. I mean, he also has to spend his time editing his videos, putting in the time for that. He doesn't really spend as much time playing Call of Duty. And I know both of these, pro players and commentators, they both make a lot of money on it. Commentators make their money from the YouTube, and pro players make their money from tournaments and such. Big tournaments like that, cash prizes, and everything. So is it really necessary to hate one another? I mean, we're all here really basically trying to play the game. Why does anybody need to hate on one another? You do you, and I'll do me. Let the commentators do their thing. Who cares if they're getting views? I mean, you're over here trying to come onto their turf, the pro players trying to come into their turf, trying to take their money away from them. I can see why it's going to go back and forth. Whereas the commentators can't really go on the pro circuit, so they can't, not all of them are amazing players like that. Some of them are. I'm not gonna say that they're not horrible players, but they are good players. Obviously, if they get the game plays that they get, I understand that. But as for a pro player, trying to come into the Call of Duty, community on YouTube, I mean that's not really fair because they're over here saying that they don't think we deserve, or the commentators don't deserve the respect or the fame that they're getting from all the views of everybody just because they put up a gameplay of 36 and 2 or 50 and 3 or 75 and 1, whatever they get for playing bad players as opposed to the competitive player getting 10 and 2, over fucking great players, or 30 and 10 over great players. That's really hard to do on Capture the Flag or Search and Destroy, which is all really the competitive players play now. And then to try to come, they get their money from their stuff, their tournaments. They're coming over here trying to come into the community for the commentators. You know, they have to respect the level of what the commentators do. They can't just say they're not as good as them. You're trying to come over here that's been an established thing where commentators, already built up their stuff for a very long time. You know, they were the first to obviously do this. They've been here for a while, years at that. So I don't think any pro player has the right to tell a commentator that he's no good of a player or anything at all. They should respect one another, even though, I mean, whatever was really said, it doesn't really matter. All it comes down to is respecting one another, and you're just playing the game. You're both trying to do for your job. I mean, you're both doing it as your job. Pro players for tournament money, commentators for the YouTube thing. Not all commentators get YouTube money, but that's what they all strive to do. But I digress. It's whatever to me. I'm a new commentator, former competitive player, wanted to go pro, but it's whatever. Anyways, this gameplay is pretty much wrapping up, and I pretty much had to say what I had to say about this topic, but I guess I'll catch you guys later. I'll be another video out next week. Check it out. I go like 42 and 1, get into Moab. Alright, it's been the Exile. Peace. I'm out.